Hey everybody, it's Megan Alexiel, and welcome to Let's Play EarthBound. So, for those who don't know, this is a game that I really haven't played very much of, and before I even get into this, I just want to say, no, I'm not playing this because Giygas playing it. I'm playing it because I want to, plus I have nothing to record. For those who don't know, I don't play many RPGs on my channel. I mostly play adventure games, side-scrollers. Half the time they never get finished. And Okami, Wind Waker, Paper Mario, all of those are going to be on hold for a long time because not only am I not able to record them because the computers that I record from are literally unfunctional at this point, but you're probably wondering, how are you recording this? Well, ever heard of emulators? Now, if my computers worked, I would have been playing this from the Wii U or the Homebrew Mother 1+2+3 channel, but I figured playing on an emulator can actually be just as good as the actual thing. Plus, if you're playing from an SNES Classic, it's basically the same thing. So I just wanted to get that out of the way right now. And if you don't hear the game too good, that is because the game's audio is being played from my speakers. So from what you hear, it is coming from my volume. So if it's too loud or too quiet, that's either good or bad because, you know, Nintendo loves to claim my stuff and they actually own my channel now, so chances are that me being able to release this video actually happened, then yeah. But a little bit of trivia that I want to get out of the way right now is that, well, first of all, I haven't started this file yet. I have a little bit of a warning. Now, sometimes you're going to see this little thing here pop up from time to time. I'm going to try and not have it appear as often, but I appear to have some sort of input delay. It might be because of my controller. I don't know. Okay, it works on the keyboard too, so I think it's just for this menu. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and get things started here. So the first bit of trivia that I can actually talk about is that, well, I may have never played this game before up until now. I'm going to select mono because YouTube has been having issues with their stereo options to where you can only hear out of one earbud if you're using headphones. So I'm going to place it on mono so that way to those who have had that trouble with other things, and if you watch my videos with headphones, what's wrong with you? You really shouldn't do that. But half the times you can't hear half the things I'm saying because I'm either too quiet or... yeah, I know, I get that complaint a lot. Even my own cousins complain about that. They're like, they give me constructive criticism. It's all good. They never had anything bad to say. They just say that I'm too quiet, which is shocking if you know me in person. Anyway, so the first bit of trivia I want to get out of the way is that title screen, the music that played, it actually had a little bit of an unused thing. I don't know much about it, but I'd recommend you watch the Beta 64 video on it because it's really good. I don't know him in person. I'm not being paid to say this. But, yeah, so, Shigesato Itoi, the man who created this wonderful series. This is also the second game in the EarthBound series. There are 3 games. We have Mother 1, which is EarthBound 0/Beginnings. I prefer to call it EarthBound 0 because that's what it was leaked online as. But that's Mother 1. This is EarthBound, Mother 2. And Mother 3, which does not have an English release yet. I hope sometime soon because that game... It's actually very good from what I've played. I've only gotten up to, like, Chapter 3, so it's pretty fresh in my mind. And there is an English translation by Tomato, I think. He's a... I remember when Chugga played it, there was a typo, but that typo's been fixed from what I know. But, anyway, so Itoi has a pretty funny sense of humor. He has a don't care option. If you don't want to name Ness, his default name is Ness, but you can also call him Alec, which is close to my name, except that's a C instead of an X. You have Roger, we have Will, Brian, Tyler, Lane, and then back to Ness. We are going to go with default names because, you know, I'm boring like that. Name her too. Her default name is Paula. She can also be called Nancy. Sky, I actually know a person named Sky. Paige, I also know a person named Paige. Mary, I think... no, I don't know any Marys. Holly, I actually met somebody named Holly recently. Jane, and back to Paula. You know, if I named Ness... Interruptions. Thanks, Barry. And if every time you press OK, you hear Opiska, which is reportedly Itoy himself. So name your friend. His default name is Jeff. You can call him Dan, Henry, Isaac, Ralph, Sean. I think that's Sean, Rob, and back to Jeff. We're going to call him Jeff. And this is the only character whose default name I do not like. His default name is Pooh. He is obviously an Asian stereotype. Or not really a stereotype, but he's obviously from an Asian country. You can tell by the way he's dressed. But why is his default name Pooh? I have no idea. But his other default names consist of Kato, Kai, Omar, which I think is a reference to Olimar, who was not conceived yet. Or it could be Omaro, or Maro. You could call him Maro, that'd be good. But we got Ramen, for some reason. Aziz, Lado, and then back to Pooh. Now, I would like to name him something different besides Pooh, but I said default names, so that's what we're doing. Now, speaking of Pooh, he actually has an unused jumping sprite, which I'll get into more later. Again, look at the Beta 64 episode. Pretty much everything I know about this game comes from that video, so yeah. So we can name our pet. He doesn't really play any importance in the game, like your pet in Mother 3, who is Boney, my favorite character in all of Mother 3. Yeah, you think Kumatora or Duster would be my favorite, but no, Boney. His default name is King, because he is the king of lazy mutts. But he also has Peach, Sparky, Rex, Baby, Rover, Misty, and then back to King. Now, he kind of looks like a dog that I actually have, who is named Kermit. There's a picture of him on screen right now. Yes, he is indeed licking a window. And if it's not that picture, then I'll just post the cutest picture I have of him. But anyway, he kind of looks like my dog Kermit. And you're probably thinking, oh, why don't you just name him Kermit? Because everybody gives King a different name besides their default name. I know I've probably spent like most of the video on this naming screen alone. But part 0 of all RPGs always begin with naming your stuff. But there is a pet that I have who is currently under the weather, and we will have to make a decision whether to keep him alive or put him down soon. So, in honor of this animal, we will be naming King after the little ferret that could, Olaf. That way he will be forever immortalized on this channel in the forms of Ferret Masterpiece, Ferret Overload, and, of course, my Let's Play of EarthBound. And here we have our favorite food. Ness's favorite food by default is steak, but there could also be pie, pasta, cake, eggs. Proton John, if you happen to be watching, would you like to partake in some eggs, and bread, salmon, and back to steak? This will be another thing I'm changing. My favorite food, for those who don't know, is pizza. But for favorite food, I like to spell it in all caps to emphasize the fact that it's being yelled, because favorite foods are great. Pizza can go with everything, I swear. And what is our favorite thing? We have rockin', hammer, love, gifts, slime, gaming, boxing, back to rockin'. This one I'm going to keep rockin' because it'll make sense later. And I'm not really going to go into what that's for right now. So, here we have it. Ness, Polly, Jeff, Pooh, Olaf, favorite food pizza, coolest thing rockin', and let's get on with it. Let's start up EarthBound. The year is 1990X. Onet, a small town in Ecoland. Ness's house. And suddenly, we are awoken by a strange sound. But we'll find out more about that sound probably next time. So, next time on Let's Play EarthBound, we're going to be getting into the game of the official Part 1. See you guys in the next one.